Have you ever had one of those days where you just don't feel like yourself? Maybe you wake up slower, your joints feel a little stiff, your memory skips a beat. You walk into a room and forget why you went in there. Or maybe your energy just doesn't last like it used to. You chalk it up to aging, because that's what we're told, right? It's just part of getting older. But what if I told you, that's not always true? What if, some of those changes, the fogginess, the low energy, the random aches, aren't just signs of age creeping in, but signs that your body is asking for help? Now here's the part most people miss, that help. It may not come in the form of another pill. It may not come in a bottle or from a pharmacy. It could be sitting quietly, in your fruit bowl. Yes, fruits. Not just snacks. Not just sweet treats. But actual, natural medicine your body understands. See, nature didn't forget about us as we got older. In fact, it gave us some miraculous gifts. Fruits packed with healing powers. Foods that can sharpen your memory, calm inflammation, boost your energy, support your heart, even help you sleep better at night. And the most amazing part? You don't have to spend a fortune. You don't need complicated diets. You just need to know which ones to eat, and why. So, in today's video, we're going to talk about 6 miracle fruits that every senior should be eating every single day. Some are familiar, yes, but I promise, others will surprise you. And fruit number 4? That one works so well, it's often called nature's multivitamin. Now before we dive in, let's make this a conversation. Comment "fruit power" below if you believe that food can be your medicine. Because here on Elderly Wisdom Guide, we're not just talking about surviving, we're talking about thriving. With simple, natural, powerful choices that support the beautiful life you've built. So, are you ready to feel stronger, clearer, and more alive, one bite at a time? Let's get into it. Let's start with a tiny fruit that holds incredible power. Imagine Evelyn, 72 years old, bright as ever, the kind of woman who never missed her morning crossword. Her kitchen table? Always stacked with puzzles and brain teasers. But lately, she was pausing more often. Struggling to find the right words. Forgetting the names of longtime neighbors. It wasn't alarming at first, just little things. But to her, it felt like something was slipping away. And instead of reaching for a prescription, her doctor said something unexpected. "Evelyn," he said, "start with blueberries." Now, that might sound too simple, right? But blueberries aren't just fruit. They're brain food. These small, vibrant berries are packed with anthocyanins, a powerful group of antioxidants that do something most nutrients can't: they cross the blood-brain barrier. That means they don't just sit in your system. They go straight to the brain, reducing the oxidative stress that can speed up cognitive decline. In simpler terms, they protect your brain cells. They help memory, focus, and clarity. They've even been linked to delaying conditions like dementia and Alzheimer's. Yet, too many people believe memory loss is just part of getting older. We hear it all the time: "Oh, I'm just having a senior moment." But what if those moments didn't have to be so frequent? What if they could be softened? Or even reversed, by what you eat? Here's the good news: blueberries are easy. You don't need to change your whole lifestyle. Just try this: in the morning, toss a handful, about half a cup, into your oatmeal or cereal. Or keep a small bag of frozen ones in your freezer, and snack on them during the day. It's one of the simplest habits you can build: no pills, no side effects. Just one small fruit, quietly nourishing your mind. But let's not stop there. Because while blueberries help you think better, there's another fruit that helps you live longer, by protecting your heart. Let's talk about something simple. Something you've probably walked past 1,000 times in the produce aisle. The humble apple. Take John, for instance, 68 years old. Retired. Loved his evening sweets. Every night after dinner, it was either cookies, pie, or some kind of sugary snack. But his sleep was restless, his digestion off, and his energy. Well, let's just say it wasn't what it used to be. One day, after a routine checkup and a few words from his doctor, he decided to make a small change. Nothing drastic. He just swapped his evening dessert for a crisp, sliced apple. And what happened? Within weeks, his digestion improved. No more bloating. No more sluggish mornings. He even said he felt lighter, not just in his body, but in his mind. Now, here's the thing about apples, they're not flashy. They don't get headlines. But they're one of the most powerful, cleansing fruits you can eat, especially as you age. Why? Because apples are rich in pectin, a soluble fiber that acts like a broom in your digestive system. It sweeps through the gut, feeding the good bacteria, lowering cholesterol, and supporting a healthy heart. And for seniors, that matters more than ever. Gut health isn't just about digestion, it's directly linked to immune function, inflammation, and even your mood. When your gut is off, everything feels off. Now, there's a common myth out there. People say, oh, apples are high in sugar. And yes, they do have natural sugars, but here's what makes them different. The fiber in apples slows down how your body absorbs that sugar. So instead of a spike in blood sugar, you get a steady, slow release of energy. Even people with type 2 diabetes often tolerate apples well, especially when they're eaten whole, with the skin on. That skin, by the way, that's where most of the antioxidants are hiding. So don't peel it off, wash it well, and eat it whole. Try a sweet red apple if you prefer something milder. Or go for a tart green one if you like a little zing. Slice it up with a sprinkle of cinnamon, pair it with a small slice of cheese, or just enjoy it on its own. 1 apple a day? It's not just an old saying, it's a gentle, daily detox that your body will thank you for. And speaking of your body thanking you, let's move to another fruit. One that works quietly, behind the scenes, to support your digestion and lift your energy, without caffeine, without sugar crashes. It's soft, sweet, and sometimes underrated. Let's talk about bananas. Let me introduce you to Mary. She's 74, sharp-minded, sweet-spirited, always on the move, until she started feeling off. Out of nowhere, she'd get dizzy spells. Lightheaded. Sometimes even a bit shaky before lunch. Her energy would dip suddenly, and she couldn't figure out why. She mentioned it in passing to a nutritionist at her community center. No prescriptions were written. No lab tests ordered. Just one question: how's your potassium? Turns out, it was low. And what did the nutritionist recommend? Not a pill. Not an energy drink. Just 1 banana a day. It sounds too easy, doesn't it? But bananas, humble as they are little bundles of support, especially for seniors. They're rich in potassium and magnesium, 2 essential minerals your body depends on to keep things running smoothly. Potassium helps regulate your blood pressure, keeps your heart rhythm steady, and prevents muscle cramps, especially those painful nighttime leg cramps that so many older adults deal with. Magnesium? That's your body's calm and balance mineral. It supports your nerves, helps with sleep, and fights off fatigue. Together, these nutrients act like your body's natural energy stabilizers. Not a rush. Not a crash. Just gentle, steady support throughout your day. Now, let's clear something up, because I hear it all the time: bananas are too high in carbs. And yes, they do contain natural sugars. But here's the key: they also contain fiber. That fiber slows down the absorption of sugar into your bloodstream, giving you lasting energy without a spike. Plus, bananas are incredibly easy on the stomach. They're one of the first foods recommended when you're recovering from illness because they're so soothing and digestible. Here's a little trick: slice up a banana and pair it with a spoonful of peanut butter or almond butter. Now you've got protein, healthy fat, and natural sugar, all in one snack. It's filling. It's balanced. And it's satisfying without being heavy. A banana can be your mid-morning pick-me-up, your afternoon bridge between meals, or even your gentle bedtime snack if you're hungry late in the evening. Sometimes the most powerful solutions really are the simplest ones. And now, let's move from the gentle to the bold. Because the next fruit on our list doesn't just boost your energy. It arms your immune system like a natural shield. It's bright, it's juicy, and for many of us, it brings back memories of cold breakfasts or sunny lunches on the porch. Let's talk about oranges. Now picture this: Doris, 75 years young, lively, still tending to her garden even in the cooler months. Every winter, like clockwork, everyone around her would come down with the sniffles, coughing, sneezing, laid up in bed. But not Doris. She had a quiet ritual. Every single morning, she'd sip on a glass of orange juice. And that winter? Not a single cold. Not even a sore throat. Now, you might think, it's just coincidence. But there's more going on in that bright orange fruit than meets the eye. We all know oranges are high in vitamin C, and yes, that's a big deal. Vitamin C helps your immune system respond better and recover faster. But oranges don't stop there. They're also rich in flavonoids, natural compounds that go deeper than just immune protection. These flavonoids help reduce inflammation, which is at the root of so many chronic conditions seniors face, from arthritis to heart disease. They also support blood vessel health and help fight free radicals, those unstable molecules that damage cells over time. So when you eat an orange, you're not just boosting your immunity, you're helping your body fight the slow, silent wear and tear of aging. But let's be careful here, because there's a big misunderstanding. Many people assume that orange juice is just as good as the fruit itself. And while a little juice isn't bad, most of what you find in stores is packed with extra sugar and stripped of fiber. That sugar hits your system fast, spiking your blood sugar and dropping it just as quickly. Whole oranges, on the other hand, give you the full package: fiber to slow digestion, vitamin C to protect, and hydration to support your cells. So here's what I suggest: in the morning, peel and enjoy a whole orange with breakfast. The scent alone is uplifting, and the citrus gives your system a clean, refreshing start. Or, toss a peeled orange into a blender with a handful of spinach and half a banana for a powerful, immune-boosting smoothie. It's a simple way to tell your body, I've got your back. And speaking of support, there's one more fruit I want to introduce you to next. It doesn't just protect your immunity, it helps calm your body from the inside out. It targets pain, swelling, even discomfort in the joints. It's been used for generations, but today, most people overlook it. Let's talk about cherries, the tiny fruit with ancient healing power. Now let me tell you about Frank. He's 76. Spent most of his life working with his hands, woodworking, gardening, fixing up old furniture. But arthritis had crept in over the years, especially in the mornings. His fingers? Stiff. His knees? Slow to move. Just getting out of bed started to feel like a chore. He'd tried creams, warm compresses, even over-the-counter meds. But nothing brought lasting relief. Until one day, an old friend from his veterans group said, "Frank, you ever tried tart cherry juice?" Frank raised an eyebrow, but he gave it a shot. Just a small glass in the evening. And after a couple of weeks, the difference was real. His morning stiffness had eased. His fingers were more flexible. He could grab his tools again, with comfort. You see, cherries, especially the tart kind, are nature's pain relievers. They're packed with compounds called anthocyanins, deep red pigments that don't just make cherries look beautiful, they fight inflammation at the cellular level. Inflammation is the root cause of many age-related pains, especially joint pain. And what's so powerful about cherries is that they work gently but effectively, without the side effects of medication. A lot of people believe that once you have arthritis, the only solution is more pills. But the truth is, food can be an ally. When you give your body the right tools, it often knows how to heal on its own. So, what can you do? If you're lucky enough to find fresh cherries in season, snack on a small bowl a few times a week. Out of season? No problem. Look for 100% tart cherry juice, just make sure it's unsweetened and not mixed with other juices. Drink about 4 ounces a day, preferably in the evening. It even helps with sleep. Speaking of sleep, and digestion, and immune health, we've arrived at our final fruit. And this one? People often overlook it. It's small, fuzzy, and maybe a little strange looking. But don't let that fool you, because inside that little green jewel is one of the most complete fruits you can eat. Let's talk about kiwi. Now, Helen, 80 years old, still sharp, still walking her little dog every morning, she swears by it. Her secret weapon for better digestion, fewer stomach issues, and more restful sleep at night? 1 kiwi before bed. Kiwis are what we call an underrated superfruit. They're rich in vitamin C, even more than oranges. They've got vitamin E, which supports your skin and immune function. They're packed with potassium, which helps regulate blood pressure. But here's where it gets really interesting. Kiwis contain a natural compound that helps your body produce serotonin, the feel-good hormone that also plays a role in sleep. So, if you've been tossing and turning at night, or if your digestion feels sluggish, a kiwi might be just what your body's been quietly asking for. Some people avoid them because of their tart taste or fuzzy skin, but here's the trick: just peel them, slice them, and add them to a bowl of yogurt or a smoothie. Or chop one up and toss it in your salad. It adds a refreshing zing. Don't let its size fool you. Kiwi is small, but mighty. And for seniors, it delivers support in all the right places. Digestion, sleep, immunity, and overall vitality. Now, we've talked about 6 fruits. 6 simple, natural gifts that can nourish your body and brighten your life. But before we wrap up, let's take a moment to reflect on why all this matters. Because this is about more than just food. It's about the life you deserve to live. You know, it's one thing to talk about food. But it's another to talk about what happens when the people we love start to fade right in front of us. Maybe it's your mother. Or your spouse. Maybe it's you. You notice the hands trembling just a little more. The steps becoming shorter. The sparkle in the eyes, not quite as bright. And in those moments, it can feel heavy. Like time is slipping away faster than you expected. Like there's nothing you can do but watch. But here's the truth. You can do something. Not everything. Not magic. But something real. Something meaningful. Because sometimes, the answer isn't in another prescription bottle. It's in something as humble and healing as a plate of fruit. That may sound small. But for the aging body, that one plate can mean better sleep, sharper memory, a steadier step, a little less pain in the morning, a little more peace at night. You see, aging doesn't have to be a slow surrender. It can be a strategy. One simple step at a time. A banana to ease your muscles. A handful of blueberries to clear the mind. A kiwi before bed to help you sleep just a little deeper. These aren't just snacks. They're tools. They're choices. They're acts of love, for yourself or someone you care about. And the best part? You don't need to change everything overnight. Start with one. Pick just one of these 6 fruits. Add it into your day. Give your body the fuel it's quietly asking for. Then watch. Watch how something so small can make such a big difference. You're not powerless. You're not stuck. You're not just getting old. You are becoming wiser. More equipped. More in tune with what really matters. And that alone? That makes the golden years truly golden. Now before we go, let's take a moment to quickly recap the 6 miracle fruits every senior should be eating daily. Blueberries, to protect your brain and sharpen memory. Apples, for heart health and gentle, daily detox. Bananas, to balance blood pressure and boost natural energy. Oranges, to strengthen your immune system and calm inflammation. Cherries, to relieve joint pain and promote restful sleep. Kiwi, the superfruit for digestion, immunity, and better nights. These aren't just tasty. They're powerful, affordable, and available almost anywhere. They're small daily choices that add up to a life of more vitality, clarity, and joy. So let me ask you, which of these fruits do you already eat? And more importantly, which one are you going to start with tomorrow? Let me know in the comments. I do read them. And I love hearing your stories. If this video gave you something to think about, or maybe even some hope, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And if you want more gentle, heart-centered health tips just like this, subscribe to Elderly Wisdom Guide. This is a space where we grow together. Where aging isn't feared, but honored. Thank you for being here. Thank you for caring, for your own health or someone else's. And remember, you deserve a life full of energy, peace, and purpose, at every age. Stay strong. Stay curious. And I'll see you in the next video.